Hi. So I grabbed a chapter and I scanned it. I'm not always able to do that, so I want to show you a couple other options for getting that done. Since this only comes in print, we bought a couple of copies, and we can put this in your course so students can find this, and then we can have both of these copies placed in the general physical reserves on the third floor, right next to the book scanners, which I'm happy to help your students with, or I could make a video on how to scan a book if you like. But here's how you do that. So you'll notice that I could only send you one chapter. The same is true of Interlibrary Loan, which also has document delivery. But if you request the same thing that you did via me in email, they can scan one chapter out of any book. So there's unfortunately no strategy around that because that fulfills fair use and copyright. So you can do 10% or one chapter is our rule of thumb. So that's why I was only able to send you one chapter. How do you do this in Canvas, though? You can look for this in course materials, and when you're logged into your specific course for a specific semester that has all of that metadata tied in, when you put this in, then that can follow with you for every course as you go forward. And you can also go in and edit it, or if an electronic copy of this comes out, then the library can notify you, and there's like all this automatic benefits. If you don't have course materials on here, you can just go down to Settings and add it through navigation. So you just grab from the unpublished list up to the published list, and then go down and hit Save. And now I have something completely irrelevant to what I was talking about. But once you have it added, it should be added in your Canvas across the rest of the courses you do. When you do course materials, you'll be asked how many weeks in a semester or how you want to break it out. I've done 16 because there's 16 weeks in our semesters typically. And you can add by individual week, or you can just add and then pick the week later. I'll show you that option. So here's the pickle with this one. When I searched for the library, when I searched for social work documentation before, I couldn't find it because it's a new, what's called a new record. It was just imported and it hasn't propagated out to this database. So I had to do a very specific search for title contains social work documentation. And then I had to include records without full text access. Is it searching for it already? I'm going to click search anyway. And there it is. Oh, cool, one of two available. All right, so the second one's already here. So right now they're in the general collection. You can add that to the course reserve collection by just clicking on Add Item. And then you can add it to your list, which is like this list over here. And then you can pick the week here. And so let's, just for fun, let's add it to week 15. And then I'll click Add. And then it says add this to the reserve shelves. And then in some cases, you can scan a chapter. So if you put in pages 25 through 51, that went across more than one chapter, according to the one that I got. So you can tell me if I got that wrong. But this is how you would do that. And then you would just click, you're just 25 through 41, or whatever the equivalent of a chapter is. If it's more than a chapter, they'll tell you that we can't do that. But then when you click OK, oh, you have to pick the circulating. I want it to be 2 hour. I don't want it to be in the law library. Just a 24-hour in the Merit Library. There. Now, when this add thing goes on, oh, I've already added it to my list. What'll happen when you click the add? Oh yeah, cool. Look at that. This will go to the people that do the scanning and the rights checking and all of that stuff, and it gets on their list, their to-do list, and they're much more efficient at scanning chapters and things like that. So hopefully that makes sense, but let me know if you have any questions or if I can support you or your students in figuring out how to do this for future classes and things like that.